Imagine you're starving. In front of you are two identical pieces of meat, one raw, one cooked over an open flame. The raw one is tough and cold. The cooked one is brown and glistening, filling the air with a rich, savory smell that makes your mouth water. Your body already knows the answer, but why? And what does that instinct tell us about what it means to be human? Professor Richard Wrangham calls cooking the most significant event in human history. Not the wheel, not writing, cooking. At its core, cooking is the controlled application of heat. It's the moment we harnessed energy to transform our world. Whether by conduction, convection, or radiation, we raise the temperature of food until something extraordinary happens. Chemistry. When a steak hits a screaming hot pan, you're witnessing the Maillard reaction, the holy grail of culinary chemistry. Named after chemist Louis-Camille Maillard in 1912, this reaction occurs when proteins and sugars transform above 140 degrees Celsius. They don't just get hot, they transform, creating hundreds of new chemical compounds, roasted, nutty, and savory aromas. This is not just browning, it is the creation of flavor from scratch. A perfect lesson in applied food science. Many believe searing locks in the juices. That's a myth. Searing doesn't lock anything in. It builds flavor through high-heat chemistry. Enter reverse searing. You start the steak in a low-temperature oven, cooking the interior slowly and evenly. Why? Because of moisture. Water boils at 100 degrees, acting as a heat break that prevents browning until it evaporates. By cooking the interior first, the oven dries the surface. When it hits the pan, the temperature rockets past 100 degrees instantly. The result is a deeply browned crust and a perfectly cooked interior. Science on a plate, unlocked by heat. Sugar has its own transformation. Caramelization. When heated, sucrose collapses into hundreds of complex, bittersweet molecules. In Chinese cooking, this goes even further with wok hei, or fire flavor, a quality born from extreme heat. Oil droplets ignite as they leap from the wok, causing micro-explosions of combustion chemistry. It is, literally, the flavor of fire. But the science gets even more mind-bending. Consider nutritional availability. A raw potato delivers 51% of its nutrients. The same potato, once cooked, delivers 95%. Cooking is actually a form of pre-digestion, doing the work your body would otherwise have to do. Chimpanzees spend up to 8 hours a day chewing raw food. Humans? Less than 1. We pre-process our food with fire. The evidence is in our anatomy. Human intestines are 2/3 the length of ape intestines. We don't need a long digestive tract anymore. This is the brain-gut trade-off. Maintaining a long digestive system requires enormous energy that cannot go to a large brain. Humans sit at the extreme. We have the largest brains and the smallest guts. Cooking gave us the energy surplus needed for intelligence. How did it begin? Perhaps a wildfire swept through a landscape, leaving behind cooked food that an ancestor was desperate enough to taste. It tasted better. It was easier to chew. In that moment, we discovered the most important technology in human history. When you smell a seared steak, that craving isn't accidental. It's ancient. It's wired into you as a sense of rightness. Cooked food meant more energy, more nutrients, and less digestive cost. It provided the literal fuel for our thoughts. Cooking is not just something humans do. Cooking is something that made humans human.